Hey guys, it's banter time and welcome back to the Football Den. I hope you had a great December and we have a lot to talk about this time. Right from Ole being back at it and Klopp missing out on some easy fixtures and Mourinho continuing his great form and Pep still waiting for a striker to show up. I mean, it's a lot to talk about, and I really don't know where to start. So I'm gonna let Rohit take the baton on this one.
Well, I'm confused where to start, but I think let's start with Klopp because that's the most recent news. Apparently, Liverpool has had fewer penalties in 5 years than United got in the last 2 years. So, what do you think?
What can I even say, dude? He's just a sore loser by the looks of it. I mean, who complains about the other team who they haven't played this season having more penalties than you have in the last 5 years? Like, what the hell? What sort of a comparison is that? Just move on. And do you remember the season they won the PL and they got all these shady decisions in their favor?
Exactly what I was going to get to because I remember last season Liverpool winning like 90th minute penalties and then winning the game, which was very close until that moment. And then him saying something like this is just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
How about you talk about who was that? Trent losing possession 38 times in one single game, Klopp. You dumbass. Best right back in the world, my ass, dude. Come on. What the hell? You don't lose possession 38 times against what, Southampton? What are you even saying, man?
Oh yeah, so this is some secret sauce which I just thought of for the FPL bit because you mentioned this. Is it time to get in a Neko because of Trent's performance?
Oh no, come on. That's
He's
pushing it.
only 4 million, dude.
No, that's pushing it, dude. Honestly, last week I got in Reese Williams and thinking that he'd start considering all the center backs are injured. And Klopp did a pep, dude. He started Henderson and Fabinho at center back. And I was just like, yo, what are you doing, man? I was completely expecting Reese Williams to start. But okay, that it is what it is. But 2 points in out of 9 available points for Klopp and Liverpool. What do you have to say about that? That just opened the title race up, boom.
Bro, Salah's been missing. Like, I really expect him to score next game week because otherwise I'm gonna have to sell him from an FPL point of view. But man, I think they really need Jota back because now they've gotten back into the same rhythm they were last season, where their only attack comes from their fullbacks, and with a short defense, they are very vulnerable because of it.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder whether Jota was actually the reason they were scoring the G's. Because ever since he's gone out injured, Liverpool's attack has been missing. Like, okay, I understand they have defensive vows, so they're conceding goals, but what's up with not scoring, dude? And it's not like they're
Yeah.
creating. Okay, so Klopp said in the previous game that it doesn't matter if we're not scoring as long as we keep creating chances. Well, I don't remember them having any clear cut chance against Southampton that they should have or could have scored from. So I really don't get his point. I think the man's just frustrated with the way his team is playing and he's just finding reasons to.
Agreed, definitely, definitely. Remember that time when he complained that United changed their lineup, so it threw him off, and we
Yeah,
actually played a B team.
wow. Wow. The kind of reasons this man comes up with. Okay, he's a great tactician, but fuck you, man. And let's move on from Liverpool to the better side in red, the one that's been in form, the one that hasn't lost in 10 consecutive games, the one who has got 26 out of the last 30 points available, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah.
that has to be Manchester United. I mean,
Yeah, so
so
definitely, I guess if you go stats wise, United have been top for the last year, and I think we had 65 shots on target in the last the last few game weeks since the start of the season, we had 65 shots on target. I don't remember the exact number of game weeks, but so we're leading in that. We're leading in the points in those game weeks, and I think we're even leading in the number of goals.
That's fucking brilliant to hear. As a United fan, you just want to hear these kind of stats. And as much as I want to be pumped about United, I've heard a lot of people say that we're in a title race and all of that. And to me, that's just not true, man. Like, come on. We're 17 games into the Premier League. There's still like a whole chunk of the league to play out. There's 21 more games. That's more than what we've played so far. There is no way you can say that United is in a title race. It's too soon, man.
Okay, maybe I'm a typical United fan, but this time I'm going to give you a counter perspective for you. So the first thing is, I think at this stage there would be some team, or at least two teams, that would have a heavy lead on United, and that's why in the previous seasons I would completely agree with you if you said don't count United in the title race. But like, I think a few game weeks ago, I was shocked when United were third, and I'm like, we're losing so much, and how is that possible? So that was this mindset, and one more like a big thing for me is this is the first team post Fergie that I'm enjoying to watch.
Okay, well, I agree to that. The latter bit, that is. So the top seven in the league are separated by 4 points, and the top 10 are separated by 7 points. That is the closest the Premier League has been after Christmas for a while now. Like, I don't remember when the league was this close. And maybe it's because of the shortened season and people are having to play games much sooner than they usually had to, and all of that. But my reason for United not being title contenders is just that they are inconsistent. I mean, to win a Premier League, you got to be consistent. That's why cup competitions are easier to win than a league. So that is my primary reason for not choosing United to be title contenders. What do you have to say about
Okay,
that?
so about consistency, I think our main attacker Bruno has been pretty consistent,
You
or
mean
like
our only
since he's
attacker?
come. Sorry, so he's been consistent throughout, like ever since he's joined, and so the past couple of games I've been watching, even Maguire seems actively involved, and I think Bailly is a really really good defender that I hope continues to be fit, like at least for a few game weeks, because that man is crazy. Like only he can do tricks and get away with it in our own box, but. Yeah, like, and also, I had called this a few game weeks, and our third partner, who is not here today, Amber, joked about it. But Anthony Martial has finally hit his stride, maybe because in the past 3 or 4 game weeks, he's produced consistent outputs in goal involvements.
Well, I don't know about him hitting his stride, but he sure as hell scored a good header from an Aaron Van
Oh, yeah,
Bissaka
yeah.
cross.
And he scored it from between 3 people. What
Well,
were they doing?
that was poor defending on Southampton. Southampton, was it? Who was it? Aston Villa? Aston Villa, I guess.
Aston Villa, Aston
Yeah,
Villa.
yeah. It was poor defending on Aston Villa's part. But yeah, I guess Martial can score a few more. He should ideally. He just scored, what? This was his first or second goal in the Premier League this season?
I
Which
think he scored 3 by now. 3, I think.
I'm not sure about that. But yeah, to sum it up, the Premier League is pretty close this season. And moving from the top of the table, let's just keep talking about the top of the table. Let's talk about Leicester City and Manchester City. Leicester are performing well again. It still is the first half of the season, and they tend to do well in the first half, and after that they're not as good. But Leicester is at it again, and they have made some additions to the squad. Ashley Barnes, for example, and he's been doing well.
Who? Ashley Barnes.
Yeah, yeah. Barnes, some
Isn't it
Barnes.
Harvey
Sorry,
Barnes?
Harvey Barnes. My bad. My bad. Sorry. Should drink less.
Yeah. But I think more than Harvey Barnes, what they were missing at the beginning of the season was James Maddison. Like he's a creator and he even has some great long range shots. So I think he actually scored in the last match.
What a goal that was, man. And sure, yeah, James Madison is a Sasta Bruno Fernandes, if you can put it that way. But yeah, he's a good player, and Brendan Rodgers has the Leicester team ticking. They are again, just behind the league leaders. But then again, how long can they keep this up for? Do you think they can make top four this season?
Yeah, I think I'm positive about Leicester making top four because your traditional top four in Liverpool, City for sure. They've had their issues. Liverpool with their defense, City with their strikers. So I think Leicester will definitely contend for a top four spot this season.
Okay, what do you think about Manchester City and their form? Do you think so at this stage they've played 15 games and they are on 29 points if I'm not wrong. So that's two games lesser than the league leaders and 4 points below them. So if they go on to win both the games that they have in hand, they become the league leaders unless United beat Burnley, in which case it would be United, City, Liverpool, which is shocking.
And
But
then let's
yeah, yeah, yeah. So do you think City can, win the league this season?
I think it's interesting for the new style of play that they opted in their last game, where KDB almost played as a striker, and I have been not talking on this channel about it, but KDB playing as a striker, it seems like the best option right now, given that their natural attackers are not very good at finishing.
I almost feel bad for Pep that both his strikers, Jesus and Aguero, have been unfit for most of this season. They've, come, shown a glimpse, and then disappeared again. But they have done a good job so far to just keep up with the pack and,
Yeah.
just try
So,
and.
about the squad, I think this season, for all the fraudulence that Pep has done throughout the year, I think his squad is playing a trick on him. So, like every week, he is going through the fraudulence where he himself doesn't know what to play.
Yeah, when you see João Cancelo playing in the midfield, you know that, the fraudulence is paying off actually. But okay, so that's of our top four, I think. Moving on, we've got Southampton and Aston Villa, if I'm not wrong. And
Oh,
boy, oh, sorry, Everton. How can I forget Everton? And boy, oh boy, haven't they been playing well?
yeah, I mean, Southampton definitely look like a strong team. Aston Villa, they seem to have dipped in form. Like they lost to United quite terribly, but
I wouldn't say.
the addition Anwar El Ghazi, yeah, El Ghazi, he seems like a real game changer at this point because you see since the games he's joined, they have looked like a better team, and I think he's covered up for the loss of who joined. Who is injured from Chelsea?
Barkley.
Ross Barkley.
Barkley.
Yeah, Ross Barkley.
Mhm. So here's the thing. They had a tough round of fixtures coming up anyway. They had United, Tottenham, and now Chelsea, if I'm not wrong. Chelsea is not that difficult anymore, but on paper it still is, right? So yeah, I mean, people expected them to have three not so good game weeks, and that's how it's panning out. But overall, I think they've done well. Like they beat the likes of Liverpool comfortably, 7-2. Wow, what a scoreline that was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You know who didn't lose to them? United.
well, let's not
Yeah.
get on the high horse. So
Well, I mean, we did get penalties, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? They also drew to West Brom, Liverpool, and you know who didn't draw to West Brom? We.
also United.
Yeah, so you see where this is going. But yeah, Everton has been the dark horse. DCL is someone who's dipped in form for me. He's been missing.
So I don't watch Everton games anymore because they are not as fun to watch. But the last few games that I watched of Everton, the problem is that there's no one supplying to DCL.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. So with the likes of Digne out, James out, and Richarlison was not fit for all the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get your point. I think Coleman was out too. They were playing Mason Holgate, who's not a natural wing back or a full back.
Yeah. They play Iwobi and I like these guys. I mean, they've just lost their players, and I think we spoke about this at the beginning of the season. What's going to happen if one of them gets injured? But the three major guys got injured.
Yeah, and we can clearly see what's happening. But they're still keeping up, right? They're still on 26 or 29. I can't remember how many points. And they still have a couple of games in hand as compared to the
Yeah.
league leaders. But yeah, they've been doing well as well. So it's Aston Villa, Everton, and Southampton, dude. Southampton, how do you forget Danny Ings? Danny Ings, my boy.
So, bro, that man, like, I really feel sad for him because he was injury prone a while back, and I think he deserves a spot in the England squad. Like, he's been terrific.
I mean, you have Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford and Jamie Vardy competing for that spot. I don't know.
Yeah, but, bro, like, you know what teams these guys are playing for? They are playing for top teams. They have, like, I mean, not United, but the other teams have good creators in them. Danny Ings creates his own chances. He's like, of
No,
course,
no.
now Ward-Prowse and Armstrong are still supporting him. But last season it was almost him playing on his own. He didn't have much of support.
You gotta give it up to Ralph Hasenhüttl though. He has gotten the boys ticking, right? The likes of Che Adams, Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, Højbjerg, who's the other guy? Redmond.
No, Højbjerg's in this thing now. Because
Sorry, okay. Uh, Kyle Walker-Peters, all these guys, right? They're showing up.
oh yeah,
Who's the other guy? Either way, so my point being that it's not just like a one-man show. Ward Prowse has been great. Che Adams has been great, and Liverpool complaining about all their injury wows. Well, you know what? Southampton had a lot of injuries in this game as well. They didn't have Che Adams. They didn't have Nathan Redmond. They did not have who else?
they didn't have McCarthy, bro.
They didn't have their first choice goalkeeper. They played Foster, who hasn't played in I don't know how long. The last clean sheet he kept was in 2017. So thanks for that, Liverpool. And yeah, so Southampton has been doing great as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
didn't you captain Salah?
I captain Salah for the last 3 game weeks and motherfucker blind in all of them. Can you believe it?
Bruno squad, bro.
Well, that is inevitable, right? So my next question is, who should be the king of FPL? Should it be still be Salah or is it Bruno now?
I think it's Bruno now. It's Bruno. Like, so if I like look at the past, when did he joined last Jan or something?
Last Jan.
1.5 year. Yeah,
Last Jan.
1.5 year data.
1 year, exactly a year.
So he's been only okay. So if you look at 1 year data, I mean, if you look at it, he's the only consistent player. Like, he's going to produce something.
Yeah, if
each
nothing,
week.
he will score a penalty, right? Klopp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that.
So I think even in penalties this season in FPL, like we're digressing from our main video theme, but so in FPL there was this I would say, I don't know, concept or something where people were buying the penalty takers and all. So in that also Bruno stands out because United get penalties.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
anyone, even if you're not like the manager of a title-winning Premier League club, you still know that United is going to get penalties, right? So
Yeah,
there's only one man that's going to score them. So you gotta
exactly.
get the man in. Uh, so that covers our top six or top seven.
Yeah.
Moving on to the clubs we shouldn't be talking about, but we gotta talk about
No, we
them.
have to talk about the ex top six club, now bottom half club, Arsenal.
Yeah, okay, you can put it that way. It's Lampard and Arteta. It's Chelsea and Arsenal. And Lampard was doing fine till December started, and I don't know what
Which
happened
was
after.
surprising. Which was surprising because he was playing a striker as a winger.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then he just stopped playing the strikers, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you
And
can do
then
that.
didn't Zuma have like the most goals in their
Oh
squad or something?
yeah, dude, that's a funny team. So okay. My question to you is, who do you think deserves to be sacked? Is it Arteta or is it Lampard?
I think it's Lampard, man. Because I like understand Arteta's situation because he doesn't have like he hasn't gotten a lot of players. He's trying to make do with what squad he has. He's got basically milkers like Oba and all who are just stuck there, and like finally maybe I hope he's hit his stride. So he kind of had like a similar mentality to Ole when he joined, and he strengthened the Arsenal defense, which was really good. And then he sort of fizzled out, and he didn't even get transfers in. But I think Lampard's gonna be sacked because he got in a lot of transfers, and none of them are working out for him.
Yeah, and to talk about transfers, the funniest one for me has to be Mendy. He was great in the beginning, all right. He was good. And then I don't know what happened, whether he trained with Kepa a lot or what. But man, oh man, like have you seen the Spider-Man meme where there are two of them standing
Yeah,
opposite
yeah,
each other?
exactly.
That's what's happening in the goalkeeping department for Chelsea right now. And it looks like they'll need another goalkeeper to cover up for these two idiots. Uh, so Lampard has spent over 200 million, and he's gotten the likes of Kai Havertz, he's gotten Ziyech, he's gotten Timo Werner, he's gotten a new
I
goalkeeper.
think Lampard should start watching our no cash for trash section.
Oh yeah, I mean he would top the list, right? Like all his players, but if we could, put no cash for trash for managers, this man is the trash that you don't need in your team. I think
So
FPL.
now it's going to be hilarious, like to see who Chelsea choose as their keeper, because it's going to be like, okay, Kepa 3 goals, Mendy another 3.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's gonna be funny. But yeah, we just wait and watch. Maybe Lamps just gets the sack before that because the man loves Mason Mount for some reason, right? I don't know how Mason Mount starts over Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
How? And
poor Pulisic had so much time. He's fucking growing a beard and he's like doing shit.
I know, right? Because he was sidelined for so long because Mason Mount was getting chances, but that's
Tammy
Lamps.
Abraham was getting chances, dude.
Oh, okay. See, Tammy is still fine, okay? He's still like a
No,
striker.
he's not. Like, if I had to see two strikers for Chelsea, it would be Werner and Giroud.
Yeah, fair, fair. But Lampard sees Werner as a left winger, so there's not much you can do about that, right? So that's just Lampard for you. Uh, yeah, I think that covers all the topics that we wanted to cover for the month of December. So going into the 12th of January, I think that's game week 18 now. United could top the table. Liverpool, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure we'll see a reply from them in the game United versus Liverpool. City could also potentially be top of the table by the end of game week 19, and it's getting heated up, guys. And the Premier League hasn't been this great for a long time. Maybe because we started
Yeah.
making videos or something of that sort.
I think no, it's not been good, especially for United fans, because we were never in contention
Oh,
for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, we knew where we stood.
yeah.
We just like faked it.
Yeah. Yeah, we still got disappointed, but we knew where we belonged. But now we're back. We're back. We're not title contenders, not according to me yet, but according to a lot of United fans, we are. We'll see how that ends. But yeah, I have actually, had a bet with one of our college friends, and I told him that, if United win the title this season, I'm going bald. So as much as I want United to win, I don't want them to win. But that's that, and that's all from us. So please like, share, subscribe the video, and tune in for our Game Week 18 videos. We promise to be more consistent this time. And yeah,
Oh yeah, and watch our FPL video. That secret sauce is coming.
yeah, we've been doing very well in FPL so far since December, I guess. So follow us, and hopefully you can
Yeah.
to pick the right captain and probably win your league.
Now you'll definitely need the tips for the double game week coming up.
Right. And what your chip strategy needs to be, and how you need to place your players, all of that jazz. We got it covered for you guys. Stonks. Fuck yeah. Okay. So that's it. That's all from us. See you in the next one.